Hello, NephU community, and welcome to the Hot Topics in Nephrology podcast. I'm Jeff Lockwood with the NephU medical team, and I'm here with Mark Neumann, editor and writer specializing in nephrology. Mark keeps us up to date on the latest hot topics in nephrology.
Well, some advocates believe we could have 30% of the ESRD population dialyzed at home, and frankly, others say there really shouldn't be any limit. In its recent report on workforce issues, the American Society of Nephrology said fellows need to have more education on home dialysis so they can become the champions of tomorrow and support the modality. And the government, of course, wants to see it happen, as do patient groups. So there's a lot of win-wins here. And the question is, when you have two large dialysis providers, such as Fresenius and DaVita, controlling close to 80%, 85% of the market, those decisions are going to somewhat rest with them. And they're both being quite aggressive in pursuing this. But, we're at 15%. How much longer would it take to get to 20%, maybe 30%? The other thing that's interesting, of course, is that, as I mentioned earlier, there are more machines coming onto the market. In fact, there's two that are in clinical trials right now just for home hemodialysis. Fresenius just introduced a new PD machine, and Baxter, of course, has recently spun off its renal business, its dialysis business. So there's potential there for some more technology. So the manufacturers are certainly behind expanding this area of dialysis. And as I mentioned, there's certainly patient groups who feel that more and more patients, once they are exposed to the idea of home dialysis, they generally are in favor of it. So it's a matter of getting the word out. Those champions that we mentioned earlier are very important because those are the doctors who are going to promote it. And so you need all these moving pieces to come together. And maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see some significant improvement.
Yeah, and I think it's a great sign to hear that there's some innovation going on with the manufacturers, really trying to help make this more available and push these along. There certainly are a lot of great benefits to performing dialysis at home. It's just that there are still some challenges in making it a reality for more patients. But it sounds like there's a lot of good work happening to move this along, especially considering that the Advancing American Kidney Health Initiative calls for 80% of patients to be on either home dialysis or have a functioning transplant by 2025, which is 2 years away.